Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. There is level 10 agility. So that means we are done here at the Tree Gnome course. Also, we got a random event while we were training here. Got myself an uncut sapphire. So that's pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to be needing cakes for a little bit here. So I'm just going to head back to Lumbridge right now. I think I will sell the diamonds, the gold bars, and the mithril seeds over here at the general store. Get a little bit of money there. Clean out the inventory a bit. Seems like a good plan to me. Starting with 2,900 coins here. Get a little bit of money here. Like 10 myth seeds a world. Should be fine. Alright, that's good. I guess we could also sell the bronze sword. Since we have 30 attack now from Waterfall Quest. If we would ever want to use a melee weapon, it definitely wouldn't be that one. So goodbye, bronze sword. And 2 more world hops for the mithril seeds. Really don't need mithril seeds right now. Or really ever. So this is okay. I would much rather have the coins at this point. Very good to have. And here goes the last of the mithril seeds. And don't think I'm going to need a rope for a while. Gain money for this? 7. That's more than nothing. 6,900 coins. Very good. And now our weight is down to 15. That's a little better. We're still carrying around all this stuff, which a lot of this we could get back at any moment, so it's not a huge deal. But it's okay. Let's reorganize the inventory a little bit here. Okay. We still have that beginner clue scroll, which we're going to work on eventually. But first, I want to get some more agility levels. 10 agility is better than 1, but not as good as 20 or 25 or something. So I'm heading over to the Draenor rooftop to get me some more agility. Because that is just always a good decision. There is 20 agility. Good enough for the Alcarid rooftop course. Also, introducing Mark of Grace. A new item that's going to be taking up space here for a while. Ultimately, getting full graceful is definitely something we want. 1, it's just great for pretty much everything. And 2, we'll be able to store it in our house. Also, our money-making method, at least at the start, is going to involve agility. So it's going to be a lot of agility. A lot of the time. There is our first Marks of Grace. I will see how far I want to take agility here. It's going to be at least 25, but we'll see if I feel like doing more here. Or not. 25 at least, then. So, let's get to it. Literally 1 experience away from 25 agility. So I guess we're going to be doing an entire lap here. 25 will be enough. We can get more easy agility levels from quest rewards. So once I finish getting all the way around this agility course, because lap experience and all that, we will get to some questing. I want to finish our beginner clue scroll, which requires cooking and fishing levels. So what better way to start some cooking than Cook's Assistant? It's going to be a very quick Cook's Assistant, because we pre-collected the Cook's Assistant items. I have all those. What an odd coincidence. Done. 300 cooking XP. And a quest point. Now we're cooking level 7. Guppies and baked potatoes. Alright. And now, it's time to prepare for a very interesting quest to train one skill to train another skill. We need to get fire making experience. And, reasonably, we're going to get the fire making experience by getting woodcutting experience. So we're going to purchase a steel axe to speed things up a smidge. We still need the bronze axe with us for just a little bit longer here. We need to get to 6 woodcutting first. But we can run around in the forest, chopping down trees, burning them. We could just take the logs from on top of Lumbridge Castle, but that doesn't give any woodcutting experience, so this will be good. One thing to note is that we're going to have more fire making than woodcutting experience here. So I think we're going to also go grab the knife from Lumber's Kitchen, so we can get a little bit of fletching experience here too. Just so we're not chopping regular trees longer than we need to be. So let us quickly run on in there while lighting a fire. Just sitting here on top of the crate. And there's the knife. There's a mugger nearby in these woods, but since we got our levels up, they won't be aggressive anymore, which is very convenient for me. So here we go. Fire making, wood cutting, and fletching in the Lumbridge Woods. There is 15 wood cutting, so we now can switch over to oak trees. Managed to get the 15 fire making that again we need for oak trees, and a whopping 3 fletching, making some arrow shafts. And it looks like this is a diary task. So let's light this. First oak log, and there you go, easy task. I think I'm going to keep these arrow shafts for a little bit, make some bronze arrows, because we're going to need to get our smithing up a natural way. Because unfortunately, skipping the earliest stages of smithing would carry a little bit too much risk at this point, going out into the wilderness. I think it's better to avoid that. On a hardcore account, you gotta think, how do I minimize the risk as much as possible? And heading out into PvP is absolutely not minimizing risk. So we'll probably do some smithing here with the rusted anvil, only later. For now, I've got some oak logs to chop and burn to get the fire making level that I need. And there is 30 fire making. We can burn willow logs, but the most important part here is that is the requirement we needed for sea slug. While we were doing that fire making, a few things happened. Stored my spade over with the leprechaun for farming supplies. Sold my bronze axe and a bird nest that I got to the general store. Dropped the knife. And then we got a gold ring from a random event. So that's pretty fun. With that, we are now ready to go complete Sea Slug. But that is all the way back over in Ardoyne. Or Witch Haven, I guess. Either way, we need to head back to the boat and get back over there. And grab one thing on our way. Decided I would get a few more things here. I got the swamp paste down from the charter crew members for Sea Slug. But then, moving forward, we're going to need some fishing supplies. We want to get a feather pack. I'll get a feather pack. Maybe 2 feather packs. That'll work. Alright. Now that should be enough to get us where we need to be with Sea Slug, and then after that, to finish the beginner clue. Okay. Here we are with Caroline. She wants us to go find her son and husband. And I guess this time, since we're trying to find 2 people, we're actually going to try this time. Unlike in Waterfall Quest, where we are immediately distracted. Most of this quest takes place on a fishing platform, so there's not much to be distracted by. Well, besides all the sea slugs, but we will deal with that. We will deal with that. To the fishing platform. And a nice little boat travel screen. Fantastic. Let's actually help this time. A bit of sluggy shenanigans later, we are saving Kenneth with a crane. It looks like we're just dropping him in the ocean, but there's actually a boat down there. He's fine. And now we just need to get off this fishing platform. And that will be quest complete. It's a bad place to be. Getting controlled by slugs. Generally, not what you want. We did it. We actually helped this time. And now, we get our reward. 7,175 fishing XP, and some oyster pearls. That gets us 24 fishing. And we can sell these, I suppose. Now, there's a few problems with this fishing level. We can go and catch some pretty decent fish, but we can't actually cook them yet. So what we're going to need to do is fish enough fish of lower levels in order to get up to a higher cooking. We're going to want to get to 15 for trout, which we can already catch if we check under the rod here. Goal is still pike, but getting to trout will be much better cooking and fishing experience for us. So we're just going to head over to Draenor, avoid the guards, but once we get to the fishing spot we'll be fine. There's some dark wizards there, but again, our stats are high enough now that they won't be a nuisance. Should have sold the oyster pearls back in the Lumbridge General Store. Oh well, not a huge deal. We can grab ourselves a log, cook all these on a fire here, and that'll work perfectly fine once we chop it. Any day now. There we go. Probably going to take a few inventories, but we'll get there. I would chop the willow trees since they're closer, but our wood cutting is only 26, so. Back to the fishing. With my higher level fishing up a bunch of these low level fish was relatively quick. But there is 15 cooking that we need for the trout. Now we just need to get to a spot where we can fish trout. But first, I'm heading back to Lumbridge to sell my oyster pearls, which we should get a decent value for. That's the high alk value, and shops buy for like low alk value. It's gonna be like 2/3 of that, I think. Something around those lines. So if that's 840, I get like 600 coins for this maybe. Oh, let's see. And that's only for the first one. And then there are other shops that buy for high alk. It's a whole thing. Anyways, selling the oyster pearls gets us 560, so around there. That's good enough for me though. That was just a quest reward. And while I'm here in Lumbridge, I guess I will go to the altar here and get our one prayer point that we lost way back in Waterfall Quest. Not that it's useful for me at all right now, but hey, it's here. Also, technically, we could just fish our trout here in Lumbridge, but I've got a better spot in mind. A few more cooking levels off of the trout up here near Barbarian Village, and we can attempt to cook our pike. And there we go. Success. And that is all we needed to do for this step of one clue scroll. Although, much like with any clue scroll, we now have the ability to complete the step, where previously we did not. So that is progress, at any rate. So let's head into Varrock and see if this is going to complete our clue. Okay, Charlie. Here is your pike, and here is my casket. A fine trade. Let us see what we get from not only our first clue, but our first beginner clue, which does lower the expectation. We get some steel equipment and a wizard hat. Nice. I mean, we're doing magic. I could take an additional 2 magic accuracy. That's worth it. You can just buy that from a shop for like 3 coins, but sure, why not? The steel stuff we can just sell off. So let's do the sword shop since we're just right here. And also, since we're right here, I'm gonna get myself an adamant sword for stabbing. We've got the money for it. Might as well. And I think I will sell the steel skirt here. Also the pike. Also the fishing rods. Because the next thing that I want to do is take care of these arrow shafts. Oh, that's so much better fletching XP. That alone is worth it. And there's 4. And there's the rest of our feathers. So we're going adamant sword style here. Heading back to Lumbridge. I'm going to fight some chickens. Get 400 feathers, put the feathers on the headless arrows. And then we need to make... Oh, actually... Well, we'll deal with that later. I'm gonna go stab some chickens. Enough to get 400 more feathers. And then I will make some arrows. Probably not going to fire the arrows. Don't really need to. But anyways, I've got chickens to stab. And then I will return for more wacky adventures. Next time. No feathers. It's gonna be a process. Next time. Goodbye.